Hello and welcome to UrbanCanvas Roundup of 2019. It's December and we're in the beautiful local park to us, Sefton Park, Liverpool, and so we thought we'd have a walk through history today, and we'll have a walk through the park and talk about some of the highlights of our year. So come and join us. You may not realise this, Catherine, but
surprisingly,
it's 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Which is approximately 20 years since I did the Dubai Shopping Festival.
Oh gosh, yeah.
20 years ago,
Yeah.
I was myself and another artist were the first pavement artists.
Tim Pugh?
Were the first pavement artists to ever visit the UAE. In Dubai,
and you were there for the duration.
We were there for the duration of the shopping festival. So that's 20 years ago. But of course, my interest in pavement art goes back even further than that, and goes back to Vision Fest, which started about possibly 26 years ago. I started taking part in Vision Fest in Liverpool. Yeah, with John Brady, and that really got me interested in the idea.
And Christine Wiggins.
Yeah, and that really got us interested in the idea of setting up as pavement artists, because before that we were kind of like traditional exhibition artists and doing stuff like that, and Catherine was doing arts administration and stuff like that, so it's the perfect match really, wasn't it?
Perfect match.
Yes.
Made in heaven or hell.
It was. So what are the highlights of this year then, Catherine? What would you say? I mean, there's been so many things that we've done, haven't there?
I mean, I don't know about
incredible.
For you'll probably have a different choice than mine, but
yes,
mine were we're starting through the year, like working through. Early June this year, we did an event over on the Wirral in New Brighton, which was part of the link festival to the Mersey River Festival. And we did some work with Imagine Wirral, and that was one of the highlights for me, because you can see the up and coming changes for New Brighton, and even to today there's lots of creative happenings going on there.
Yes.
And the next one would have to be the Koreans coming over.
Oh, that was a guess, wasn't it?
In
June,
I mean,
that was totally.
They just turned up on the doorstep.
Yeah, that was totally.
We thought, well, what do we do?
I mean, what
do we do with this group?
Well,
of
we
people?
got a couple of emails saying we're coming from Korea, and we said, well, why are you coming from Korea? We said, just to work with UrbanCanvas. Just to work with UrbanCanvas.
But I must admit, they were a great bunch of people.
That was a highlight, wasn't
Brilliant.
it?
And we were struggling to get a venue because it was very ad hoc. So eventually we spoke to Tristan, didn't we?
Tristan Brady Jacobs.
Kiosk,
yes.
And Tristan and Delia, and they kindly let us use their stretcher pavement outside there.
Yeah, they did.
In the Baltic Quarter, the Baltic Triangle, and it worked really, really well.
That was great.
It's brilliant.
Isn't that the way, though? Often it's the most unexpected things in life that are the most interesting ones.
Yes,
they're just sort of like, you never know where they're going to go. And then suddenly...
talking about unexpected things, another nice one for me. I mean, I've got 4 biggies, really. The rest were great. There was when we did work with the Northern Flower House, Croxteth Hall.
Oh yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
With Richard and Polly, Richard from the Eden Project, and Polly from Northern Flower House. And they're rewilding a lot of areas with wildflowers. They've done one at the end of our road, on Ullet Road, and we've got our own wildflower meadow in summer.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Just before you enter this park, if people don't know where Sefton Park is, it's just off Ullet Road, Liverpool 17. And we did a great project with them in the beautiful Croxteth Hall, where we did some really nice designs linked to the wildflowers they'd been growing along the West Gate, and also to complement the architecture of the building.
Let's go
and
down
that was a lovely event. And they're 2 of the nicest people, Richard and Polly, and I mean this genuinely.
Yes.
2 of the nicest people you could ever work with.
They are, aren't they?
They're really lovely people.
They're totally on our wavelength as well, because we're interested in that nature and outdoor stuff and conservation and stuff like that. We've always
create some more wild meadows and
absolutely
improving
the planet's in the right state, isn't it? We need more people like that, doesn't
definitely.
it?
Improving our insect population and all. I mean, bird birdlife, everything, you know, wildflowers.
Yes.
We need more.
Yes.
We need them.
We do.
We don't need green deserts. We need,
We
you
do.
know, proper
Yeah.
managed areas.
Yeah.
So
So that was a good highlight, wasn't it? Now
now the final one for me.
Yes, go on.
And then you can go to yours, and this is probably one of yours, is Peace Hall, Halifax.
the
Coloured Earth
Coloured
event.
Earth? Was
Yeah,
was that an event and a half or
no,
what?
that was an event and a half and more, because we had torrential rain
Yeah, we did.
on the first
It-
day. I
but-
mean, we had 3 days really, didn't we? We had
It was-
prep and then 2 days of the event.
It was memorable for that, wasn't it? I mean, and do you know the most exciting thing about that is that we had artists coming from all over the world.
Yeah, we did.
And we
had them from Mexico, from Italy, from Holland. We had them from France. I
Yeah.
mean, we had a contingent of artists from south of France.
Yes.
We had loads from the UK
Yes.
and local, and it was just a memorable, a monumental event.
It was great.
I would say. And the Peace Hall,
And-
if nobody knows where it is, it's in Halifax in Yorkshire, the old cloth hall,
Yes.
built 1779.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful place to visit.
It was
It's full of artisan shops and individual jewellery designers and makers, and excellent.
Yeah, it is a great
Isn't
place.
it? Wonderful venue.
One of the great thing about
Classical.
that is that, if I can get a word in edgeways, one of the great things about that was the fact that that was the very first standalone event that has been funded by the Arts Council England.
Yes.
Regarding pavement art.
Yeah, definitely.
They've
yeah.
never actually funded a standalone event, pavement art event. They funded it as part of an arts package where they'll
Before,
fund
yeah. We've had lots of events like that.
lots of
haven't we?
different
Yeah.
activities.
Where there's been various elements brought
But
in.
as far as funding a standalone pavement art event, that was a unique experience for us. And it's very much relied upon the outreach work of the outreach work artists that swayed it for us to get the funding for that event. Not to mention the great funding bid that the Peace Hall staff put in,
Yeah.
including Jenny and
Jenny and Helen Moore,
Helen
and Denise and
Yeah.
Molly Rigg had been working with us.
Yeah,
prior
Molly
to that.
did a lot
so
of-
Molly was getting it underway
Yeah.
very early on, wasn't
Yeah.
she?
I don't think people realise the work that goes into organising these events, because it took us a whole 12 months before for us to do
We were doing numerous site visits and
we're doing site visits, and we did a installation there just to see how it worked, so that they knew how this pavement art stuff works. And so
yeah, the
it took
butterfly on pins installation.
yeah,
was lovely
the
because
year before.
The year before.
So this is what it takes to organise
It was a lovely
a
event,
street art
and
event.
it got a lot of people involved, didn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
So I think they could see the potential of it for that particular venue,
Yes.
and I think that's why the outreach element played such an important part in it
Yes.
this year, didn't
Yes.
it? So,
That was quite an amazing thing. I mean, there's so many things that have happened this year that I mean, if you hadn't have printed that list off,
this is our
I
diary
would
of
have
events
forgotten
list,
half of them, because
Should we run through a few
every
of them?
year we get more. We do so many things that we forget half of them. Just before you do that, one of my favourite events was the thing we did in New Brighton.
Oh, that's mine as well.
That was good, wasn't it?
With the Magic Whirl,
Yeah.
I just said that.
Yeah, I know, but that was.
I didn't think that was your favourite. Yeah.
Well, it was, because it was part of the Mersey River Festival, but it was a different part of the Mersey River Festival. It was kind of over on the Wirral, and it's much quieter, much more relaxed. But it's the idea that the Wirral. I'm going to go up here to the Palm House.
You've gone round the houses, Phil.
No,
You've
I know.
Straight across.
I know, but it's the idea that the Wirral is and particularly New Brighton is rebranding itself as more of an artistic quarter.
Exactly, it's more of a creative hub.
Yeah,
now.
and they've started doing art installations over there
They've
and all
got
kinds.
some wonderful murals up there.
Yes.
And we're going to maybe go over and do a blog specifically on New Brighton very soon.
Yes.
They've got input from the local council, but there's also a chap who's lived there for some time, business guy, who's actually bringing his own resurgence back, because I think he can, he's always seen the potential of the area.
Yes.
And he's investing money in it. So he's opening up some new bars, new artisan shops, just trying to create a general buzz about the place. And I think it's worth a look. Anyone going over, have a look around to see the changes.
And he's bringing in some high-profile international street artists along, and muralists and
they did
land artists.
a thing with a guy from Switzerland called Sabe.
Yes.
Not really aware of his work, but it was a really big piece that was ingrained into the landscape.
Let's go down here.
Oh, I'm out of breath with that hill. And they did a really big piece of a young child flying over in an aeroplane.
Oh yes, I remember seeing that on Facebook.
Yeah, and it was huge, and it was great from an aerial. Great from an aerial perspective.
Yes.
And they did it in charcoal and chalk. And that gained quite a large amount of publicity, I think, for the region there.
I hope you can hear us above the wind. We just had a gust of wind there, so I don't know if you...
Which is not new because you're on an apartment.
Yes.
But but also, there's wonderful murals that have come up along all the buildings.
Yes.
I think they're just trying to breathe life into the area and create a real sort of happening,
Okay, this is supposed to be about my favourite bits. Anyway,
well, I thought
so
can I
just mention?
I thought it was worth mentioning.
Yeah, can I just mention about my Sky Arts activity, which was great, and where I travelled. Basically, I was promoting Landscape Artist of the Year, which is one of my favourite shows. Landscape Artist is brilliant. It's if you haven't seen it on Sky Arts, I suggest you really do go and see it. So basically, we got a call from our agents, one of our agents in London, and I think they'd read on our website that I used to teach landscape artists.
Because the first thing they asked is, how many easels have you got?
Yeah, how many easels have you got? I used to teach landscape art in the Peak District, English Peak District, when I was working for Knowsley Adult Centre many years ago in the 1980s.
Is that Stephen's Park?
No? Yeah, it was Stevens Park, in the Peak District. I used to take residential courses there. But I'd forgotten all about that, I just put it on my CV. But obviously they've seen it, and they said, would you be prepared to go around the country and promote Landscape Artist of the Year? Which I just jumped at the opportunity, and so travelled around the country doing demonstrations, demonstrations on landscape art, and also have-a-go sessions, which is great. And that inspired me to do a special thing for my hometown of Prescott, because I set up a new group which I've titled the Plein Air and Outdoor Art Collective. Plein air, it's called En Plein Air, which is French for outdoor arts. And so we're going to have regular meetings and stuff to do outdoor arts, landscape arts and stuff like that, which is a great new thing. And it's for no money or anything, it's just for the fact that I'd like to do something for my hometown of Prescott.
One thing I'd say about on plein air is, if anybody's thinking of undertaking it, first thing, rule of thumb is,
here we go,
learn how to set up French box easel.
Oh yeah.
They're not the most easiest of things to set up straight away.
No. I'll just swing this around here, and you can see in the background the magnificent farmhouse at Sefton Park. And this was used recently in the film War of the Worlds. Remember that? And the series Victoria on TV. So the next thing on my list of highlights of this year is I can't think of it now.
Shakespeare Trust.
Oh, I like the Shakespeare one. I love that. I love
that was for Will Shakespeare's birthday celebrations.
Yeah, outside Shakespeare's house on Henley Street. When we did this Jubilee ribbon.
That was
thing.
good. Yeah,
that was a wonderful thing.
I enjoyed that.
Yes.
Southport BID, we did.
Oh, I like the Southport Arts Festival.
Yeah, that was through one of our other agents who are based in Devon. We get quite a fair bit of work from Fool's Paradise, who are based in Devon.
We do.
Really good agents.
We do. We must give shout outs to all of these people. Yeah. Even though I hope you can hear us above the wind.
So Southport BID event was an interesting one.
Yeah, it was
to go
good.
back to
It was good.
to think about places like New Brighton and Southport. We ourselves used to do festivals there many moons ago.
Yeah, we did.
Didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We've organised festivals since 1997, 20 years ago this year.
Yeah,
Who'd have thought that?
a long time.
That we'd still be going 20 years on, but we are. We're still here. We're still giving it everything we've
So
got.
I think they were going home places for us, weren't they? New
Yeah.
Brighton and Southport.
Yeah. But I also like the fact that what we've done in all of these places is try and reinvent ourselves and try and do new things that are new and
Inspiring
innovative.
to people. Yeah.
And try not to rely on the old stuff and try to do a new way of presenting street art, because I think that's important, you know.
You have to keep.
We
You have
have
to keep doing new
We
things.
have to refresh it for our
Yeah.
own good. We can't
Yeah,
just
'cause
be
you can't
doing the same old
stagnate
thing, and we can't stagnate.
And just repeat
No.
and churn out the same old thing every time you come to do
No.
an event. We don't work like that.
No, we don't. Anyway, go on.
St Albans. We did a
I love
wonderful
St Albans, yeah.
Roman festival.
Yeah, that was good.
We did a nice mosaic piece
Yes,
there,
we did.
didn't we?
We did.
An outdoor painted mosaic piece there.
Yes, we did.
So yeah, that was an interesting one. A lot of people, busy event.
Yeah.
That's I mean, we did it many years ago, and I think the one we did this year is way above the audience figures and attendance
Yeah.
were way above what we remember it being.
And that can be challenging in
Huge,
itself, can't
yeah,
it?
it was actually. It was a very busy event.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Byron Festival,
Oh, I love the Byron Festival.
Hucknall.
Literature Festival. We've done that a few times, haven't we, the Byron Festival? Yes.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Oh, yes, the Peter Pan statue, which I'll just... just get a glimpse of it there. I'll move away. You see the Peter Pan statue to my left and the Palm House to my right there. There's the Palm House. But Peter Pan statue, that is... yes. It's a replica of the one in St James's Park, London, isn't it?
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fully
Talking about
refurbished
literature
now,
now.
this one, hasn't it? It's been because when it was in its original site position, it was getting a bit
Yeah.
hammered, wasn't it? Heads were missing, but they fully restored it, and it's a beautiful piece of work, actually.
It is.
Really nice.
Okay. Anyway, let's just run through these quickly now.
Yeah, just go through quickly. Harrogate International Festival.
That was a wet one.
That was a very wet one.
Go on.
Andover Fun Fridays is always
Andover's
brilliant.
was absolutely
We love Andover, and the people are amazing.
sublime. And
Love them.
Andover is amazing.
Yeah, love them.
It's an amazing venue.
And then
Love it.
obviously we had all the mentor and workshop days
We've
coming
been
up.
going there for many years.
We have, haven't we, for Andover? They're actually a great team of people in Andover. They really want to.
Yeah. The Lights Festival.
The Lights Festival,
the Lights
Centre.
Centre, Arts Centre.
And I think it's Faye and
Yeah.
Heather.
We've got to shout
And
all these
team
people out. We've
of
got to
them.
give a shout out to all these
Yeah.
people, because all these people support outdoor arts
Yeah.
and pavement art in particular. And it's important, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Andover's a nice place, and they do a lot to promote the arts in Andover, and they get a
Yes.
really good response from people, don't they?
Yes.
People have a hands-on approach to that, and they even, various groups and various participants, they'll even want to get feedback from them and ask them what they felt about the event that year,
Yes.
what they would like to see come back the following year.
Okay.
So it's all very
Just quickly
inclusive.
run that, because I've just had a notice come up on my
Okay,
phone saying
Wakefield.
that the battery's low.
Yeah, Wakefield Museum of the Moon.
Yes, great.
That was
brilliant.
a good event. Lakes Alive,
Lakes
Kendal,
Al-
that was as nuts as hell.
Lakes
that
Alive
was
was
great.
crazy.
Yeah, we did urban action painting there,
We did.
and people just wanted to get covered in paint from head to toe.
Yes.
So that was
Yes.
great. Again, we've mentioned Coloured Earth and Northern Flower House.
Yes.
With
Sky Arts.
Eden and Bognor Regis.
Bognor Regis.
We did only just
Halloween
end of
spectacular.
October.
That's
yeah.
our only 3D piece of pavement art this year. We don't kind of specialise in 3D pavement art because it's a bit derivative of what other people are doing.
But we
And
do
other
it
people-
when necessary.
Other people are doing it more specialised at it than we are. it's been done, and we've
had a really good
we
number
do
of
it now and
inquiries
again.
this year for it.
We have,
Yeah.
but we don't specialise in it. Anyway, that's
We've got another one coming up. Possible
for next year.
for the Darwin Festival.
Oh, the Darwin
in
Festival in
next
Shrewsbury.
year.
Yeah, Charles Darwin was actually born in Shrewsbury, brought up in Shrewsbury, by the way.
Their idea is
Shropshire.
they want an evolution of man.
Yeah. So that's more or less a roundup of this year's events that we've done. We've done lots of things in between as well. Thank you for all the support you've given us. It's seen us through some very difficult times this year because there have been things going on in the background in our lives that have made this year particularly challenging. But the work has seen us through, and it's been great. Thank you for all your support, and I hope you'll continue to support us next year. Happy Christmas to you all, and a lovely New Year, and we hope to see you again in our 21st year, or if you look at it from the start, 27th year for me, of street art and doing pavement art, which
And
is
you've not even had an implant in your knees, have you?
2020. No, my back's still going, and so is yours, is it? How's your sanity, Kirka?
Oh, the sanity's been challenged and pushed to the limits this year, but not because of work.
No,
not because of work.
Not because of work. We still love what we're doing. We're still hoping to go to places far and wide, and we hope to see you all again next year. And thank you for your support.
I think that our work, just a final point, has been the most redeeming factor of this year. As Philip just said, it's been a very challenging year for other reasons, and it's our work
that's seen us through.
That has kept us sane.
Yes, thank you a lot. And we love you a lot. And thanks to Rosie as well from Festival Bellavia.
Oh, which you never got to.
Never got to. But we hope to get there next year.
That.
We've got to go.
You've got to mention
We've got to
Rosie.
go. We'll see you in Mexico next year. Yes, we will. And to Joelle.
Oh, yes, Joelle from
Toulon.
Who was also...
Who's been a great supporter of our work.
And also made up our international judging panel at
Yes, she did.
Hall.
Yes, she did. And all our French artists.
Tristan Brady.
Yes, Tristan and all our Mexican artists. And all the US artists who came. And blah, blah, blah. And all Europeans and everyone. And who else?
All the wonderful artists who took part. And to say, John Bully, if you're out there listening in that pixie suit you're wearing at the minute, we were so sad not to see you in coloured hair.
Yeah, but why?
The question is, why are you looking like that?
Thanks a lot.
Suit the elf.
No, okay. Thanks a lot. Bye now.